9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you so much for tuning in to part B on how we coped with our painful heartbreaks. If you haven't watched part A, go to my videos, search for it, tap and watch and get to share our experiences.
So we've talked about lots of crying. Your next point.
Yeah. Being in denial. I feel like being in denial is important. Like you just because if
For a while.
If you accept it immediately, it's not, you don't learn.
You don't love that person also. Like you have to be in denial.
If I was in denial for 6 months, I fully believed in my heart that we were going to get back together. And I didn't tell my friends. That's the worst part. I was like, you could, and I fully believed like Umsa is that like she's just here for a while, but he's going to come back to me.
Your friends because
now
let me tell you. Unarudi chini ya maji. Let me tell you something funny. Me, I used to go back until we agree in the two of us. Please don't tell you. Don't tell you. I was
May fully be like I
deny.
No, let me tell you something.
Denial is by ourselves.
My point about being in denial. So things got haywire. I moved to Kisumu, right? I moved to Kisumu and I got saved.
Yeah.
Now being in denial while getting saved, that's another thing. See, nimeokoka.
Yeah.
So when I got saved, I believed that everything will work out now. Yeah. Nimeokoka. Who is Lauren preaching to this man on WhatsApp? Hey,
sending you Bible
verses, tagging him on Instagram. I am saved. I want you to see that I am saved. You know,
I'm no longer drinking.
Hey. Mungu ataturudishanisha together. God will do this for us. I said, and he used to blue tick. Message, my friend. Ajawai reply. Message. I know I did this. I know you are hurt.
There's also a time I was also blue.
And I know you are hurt and I was hurt. Kwanza ile siku nikikaa niangalie na godly perspective, nimekumbuka nilifanya hivyo and voice notes. Blue tick. And I'm like, you know what? God, I prayed for this tonight. Kesho nikituma ata retext. And I got saved and I got mature in salvation and I realized salvation doesn't make what you had better. Salvation gives you something new. Salvation. Just because you're saved, that doesn't mean you should stay in the toxic relationship.
Let's say maybe
just and I was like, God saved me. You see, I got saved. You see. And it was me and God. Salvation ilikuwa mimi na Mungu. Ilikuwa mimi yeye na Mungu. So he also has to have an encounter of God at his own timing. Just because I got saved right now doesn't mean I have to force him to get saved. And it's the same thing with friendship. Just because I'm saved at this level, I won't force you get saved at the level that I am right now. And that is what I was trying to do with him.
Everyone meets their point or their turning point on different
occasions. So I was like, okay, he's messed up right now. I think he is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let him. And what God told me about the situation, I need you to stay still and come. And that is what I am doing right now.
Wait. Nice. No, Marie, in denial ni normal. I remember my denial phrase was like, yo, is still mine, you know, because he's still looking for me. Adiko mlango, you get? I'm still looking for you.
Kwa mlango, even though you're running away from.
Wacha kwambie, ati if he didn't love me again, it after with the new numbers because I'd blocked his ass up. So like, yo, this guy loves me, you know?
Yeah, because
mbona nanifuata. He's with this other lady because maybe the lady has his kid, you know, and then I console myself.
Hey, they tell you that ule ni baby mama too.
Kumbe too, I'm still young and naive and I don't know even what I want. Guys, next point. My next point is like very in line with what we are talking about. Like what really helped me is like seeing the positive side of that breakup. Like sikuweka tu akili yangu kwa the negative side. He hurt me, he dumped me, he played with my heart several times. I invested I started looking at it at an angle like, yo, the positive side. I was still young. I was still like 21, 20. I've not even set my career, you guys. I'm still working to I want to be married at 21, like, yo, this guy is 30. You get? And like how was I even going to settle with somebody that, okay, I was having this aspect, like a lot of people, like my uncle, my auntie, nini, their age gap is so big, so we can still work things out, you know. It can still be mine. Age is nothing but a number. So I was like, I would sing after the breakup. But then after the breakup, I wouldn't have pursued my YouTube channel, because my YouTube channel was born after that breakup, because that was an hobby. And I remember telling him, like, yo, you know what, I want to start a YouTube channel. And he's like, yo, everyone is running to do YouTube channel. Achana nayo, yeah, you get. So I realized, I saw the positive side of the breakup. At least I would focus on my career, I would even like go back to school and continue with my maybe bachelor's or master's or whatever. I would like get my own place, like my own place where I pay my rent, because I said, yo, we were so in love, even we were like looking for a house to get together. So Apple to get cut across bills, because Angelipa maybe rent and steamer and all that, and then
you furnish the house.
We furnish the house, but the breakup.
Character development. Wanaume, please, serikali saidia.
But
waingilie kati. Wow.
This character development.
I swear, we were even looking for a house. I remember I got a bedsitter and was like, bedsitter is so small, we need to look for a 1-bedroom. Wow. So that it can fit the both of us.
And you imagine the baby mama is pregnant.
He's telling you. So, me looking on the positive side of all that drama, I managed to get my own house. I managed to pay my own rent, my own bill alone. I didn't know I can be capable of all that shit. You get? I managed. It pushed me. I managed to get to start my channel and my vlogging. Ikanieka, like, I be open-minded. You get? Like, me getting into a relationship, that doesn't mean that because I love him we'll end up together. You get? For like, alinitoa that to naiveness, because I was just fresh from campus. But then we met with him while I was doing my attachment. So no, bado niko na utoto. Life iko imenichapa vizuri bado, so seeing the positive side of the breakup. So what was your positive side of the breakup?
My positive side is the pain pushed me so bad that I seeked God.
Yeah.
The pain,
I tell you guys, it's true, because I remember this, sorry to interrupt you, but just like a quick one. I remember after us breaking up kidogo, he went silent for 3 months. 3 good months, we are not talking. Nikajaribu kumreach on WhatsApp and Bluetooth, and I was like, to hell, nigga. And then there's this day I went to church. And I prayed, and my prayer was specifically for him. Yo, God, if you know this guy is not like part of my life, like, just show me a sign. You guys, nimtoe tu kwa my soul and my mind and everything, and I just move on as an individual. Well, like, this is a true story, I'm not lying. The following day, he reached out to me. So I was like, yo, I think prayer works at times.
It works at all times. This guy, one thing is, when we met, I held back some things that I had gone through that were very, very, very bad. I didn't tell him. I covered it up. So I feel like he was living with me, and he didn't understand the pain that I was going through. Because I used to wake up at night and I didn't get that rooftop nitake kujirusha na mtoto, like I want to die. And he would sleep. He would literally sleep on the bed. Angesonga. And I was like, he wasn't scared. I'm dramatic. I'm doing crazy things. And I was like, you don't understand. And I feel like I was blaming him and telling him, you don't understand. How will he understand? I didn't say it. I didn't say other things that I had gone through, So he was here. I don't even think he knew he was a narcissist. He personally is a person who's not emotionally available, and he doesn't show his emotions. So I feel like for a person who doesn't show his emotions, with someone who's going through depression, that's chaos, man. That's complete chaos. Because now he sees that I'm crazy, and he's not available. So it got so bad. I was in so much pain internally that I could feel it physically. Because the only thing that I had was my family, my son and my husband, and I wanted it to work so bad. And through this depression, I destroyed it completely. So I think in that process, I felt so alone that I had to seek God. So I think at some point, God, sometimes you thank God for the pain. You thank God for
that is what I did.
God for everything.
I was like,
you thank
God,
God, this
thank
pain
you.
pushed me this. So through that, through the pain, I seeked God. I came to Kisumu.
Yeah.
Now I have a whole career.
Yeah.
Now I have
At
these
least things-
people who
things are moving.
Yeah, things are moving.
Yeah.
So I think that is the most positive side of it. And I also learned forgiveness. I learned to forgive. And one thing I read somewhere is forgive and forget is not a thing. You don't forgive and forget because we're still talking about it right now.
Meaning we've not forgotten.
You don't
about
forgive
it
and
yet.
forget.
I don't think there's some things you can't you can't
You never
forget.
forgive, but what you can do is you can forgive each and every single time you think about it.
Oh,
And that is a really good line in healing. So each and every single time I thought about the pain, I forgave him.
Yeah.
And that is the positive side of it.
And then this positive side of your breakup.
Positive side. Every time, something I've realized about me, every time I break up with somebody, I upgrade. Like, even if I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Next level.
I'm always like, I don't want ni baki hapa to, like, I'm just that, like, it just pushes me every single time. Every single time I feel like I come out a completely different person. Yeah.
And tougher.
I also realize that when I'm really in pain, I get really creative. So that's something.
Yeah.
But that's really bad because sometimes I used to seek pain because I'm not creative enough. After that breakup, I started writing a book.
Nice.
Akasom. No, it's online.
Oh.
And he read. Okay, it doesn't. You're irrelevant. But yeah, I get really creative. So I like that I upgrade.
Yeah.
Spiritually. Creatively and all of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about
crying, denial, blocking.
That was your point. Okay, my next point is healing doesn't happen in a day.
I support that. I second that.
I'll just add this up where failed relationships are an indicator that there's something you need to work on yourself.
Yeah.
So I will bind them up.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like healing doesn't happen in a day.
Yeah.
And each time a relationship fails, it takes both of you. So you don't have to look it like amenifanyia nini. You have to look like how did I get myself into this position?
Yeah.
So for me, I realized that through the whole phase of this relationship, I was struggling with self-worth and self-identity. Yeah, because right now, I will never tolerate anyone body shaming me. Ever. If you even try, if you even dare, even if you if you try.
Unipende ama uhame.
You even try. So I feel like I was struggling with self-worth that I would let someone discriminate me and come and smash me at the same time. I was at the lowest point of myself. So right now I'm like, I worked on that. I'm still working on my I'm still working. Yeah. But I'm like at a point where right now you either love me as I am or just go. And if you see that there's something in me that you don't like, then you don't deserve me. Because love comes
find somebody else
fully. Yeah. You know, love comes fully. You don't say like, napenda venye unavaa lakini sipendi venye unafikiria. Napenda venye unafikiria lakini sipendi venye unashuka. Napenda hii lakini sipendi. It doesn't work like that. With love you don't choose. You come as a whole. Yeah. So that is one thing I learned. That healing doesn't happen in a day. Yeah. That is one. And two, there's something you need to work on yourself. So don't carry this to the next relationship. So if I find
affected my relationship because I stayed for a while without dating. I was so enclosed, like, I'm tired. Then I got myself into a relationship and this person was completely different from what I was coming from. Now I was carrying my bad behaviors that I got from my previous relationship to the next, like cheating, the lying, I was being lied, I was being played, I was like bringing this kind of games to this relationship. But I think I thank him because he's just been with me all through. I think he knew where I was coming from, so he was really trying to understand me. I'm not perfect, up to date, but when you correct to which is right.
Yeah, that is.
Don't carry your past behaviors to your.
Because now that I've realized my self-worth, when I meet the next person, this person is meeting an elevated Lorraine.
I know.
Like a level of Lorraine that, way, bro, are you ready? Whoever you are. Like I know myself.
You know you are
I'm confident in myself. You know, you're meeting the version of me that is doing entrepreneuring, a version of me that is on my on my business, you know,
Yeah.
on my grind.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is one thing that I know, that healing doesn't happen in a day.
Yeah. Denise, how long did you take to heal and like your healing?
It took me, I'd say 2 years.
Yeah.
Like when I look at it now, I thought I healed after that 6 months.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking I was still holding him like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it took me maybe 2 years to heal.
Did you acknowledge the fact that there's something what is something, my question is, what is something that you realized in that relationship, in that season in your life, that you did not have, that's why you stuck and you worked on and you have it right now?
I didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
I didn't have any kind of self-worth.
Yeah.
Like, people are just doing things to you and you're just like, it's okay,
It's
we can
okay,
work it
yeah.
out. Right now, you cough. Where? But that...
Hey, may remember those days and you may, yo, actually, I was so full, I can kafala, but anyway, love make people crazy in a way. Like, why is she posting your pictures yet she's your ex? Like, yo, please unfollow her, block, and like, okay, baby, I'll block and follow it.
The jealousy.
And then I'm like, why is this picture? You know, those pictures were taken long time ago, and it's her phone. I can't control what she posts and what she doesn't post. I'm like, okay, sir. But for now, I know my mind is open. So those Ujinga I can't tolerate right now.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
I
think that's your last one.
Forgive them.
Yeah, that's your last one.
And that is like, it's very hard, especially if you have a mind like mine, because I take things, when people really hurt me, I take it extremely personal, because I would never do that to you. So why would you do that to me?
Yeah.
Forgiving them, I realized forgiving them is not
easy
benefiting them. It's for you.
Yeah.
And give yourself closure. Yeah.
True.
Because they're so selfish. They will never give you closure. Let me tell you something with them.
I actually don't believe in closure.
They never
or
give you if they give you closure, it's still lies.
I don't believe. Let me explain. Because I'm like, if somebody, let's say somebody cheats.
Yeah.
Nenda kwako na kuuliza, why did you do it?
Yeah.
And then once you tell me,
yeah.
then I don't see the point. Like, already I know, me, my closure is ulifanya kitu and I know that you did it.
Yeah.
I know that's the kind of person you are, so nakuacha. I'll leave you. I won't even, I literally never ask people, like, why did you do that? Because that's who you are. You did it because that's who you are. It's your character. Yeah, that's your character. Why am I asked? I don't know. I just feel like in a waste of time. Also, in closure, I feel like that's how people fall back in.
Yeah, true.
You got there, you're like, oh, sorry, I didn't know.
You're the best I've ever had.
I don't believe in closure.
And
forgive
all
them.
that.
When you forgive them, I feel like it helps you heal faster, because you're not holding them anymore. Like, ni sawa, what you did was bad, but it's okay. Like,
So for me, on forgiveness, okay, it's really, I think I was just that bitter person, because now something funny, I was even looking for work in Kisumu so that we can beat the distance. Love over time. Love. My sisters, show me I was in love. Ask anyone who knows me. I told me
distance.
We bet the distance. I moved from Nairobi to Kisumu, because by that time we used to be like, he's either in Nairobi or I'm in Kisumu. And then I was staying with my folks. I hope they're not seeing this. So like after lies.
Mm-hmm.
So lies that we normally do. So
like a meeting, a conference. Team building. Oh, okay. Oh, let's take it.
So I used to like come up with excuses so we can be together. So now and then I chapter job within Kisumu so that now we can be close. And I finally managed to get a job in Kisumu. And when we broke up, I was like, shit, I want to go back home. I want to go to Nairobi. Me, I'm tired of Kisumu. Like Kisumu imenikatoa hapa. And then I was so bitter, and I was like, see, forgive. No, I can't forgive. So I was in this situation. I do something bad to him. We be equal. Now I forgive. Let me tell you something funny now. I was even, please don't judge me. You're watching also, don't judge me, because in pain. I was like, Daftaring Dr. Wadumba kutoka.
Wow. Hey,
not like
deep. You are ndani.
Not like to do something bad to him, no. But
the
like
anger
was coming out of me,
the anger,
so that he can
the emotional abuse,
emotional damage that he caused me, so that he can like say sorry on a billboard, like do something crazy. Follow me.
On a billboard.
Harmonize. I think a billboard. I'm so sorry. like anifuatizi streets, you get,
Yeah.
anifuatizi streets apologizing, but I was like, then the good part with me, before I do something, I console. It's either I console my friend, or I console my cousin, I just console somebody. So my friend was like, "You don't do that. That thing is bad. You can do those things, and then they come,
they come back to
so
you,
me, I stopped, not because I'm pitying him. I stopped because I loved myself. I don't want those things to come back to myself. You get? I don't want it to be attached with such kind of things. So I was like, now this is too bad. Now I need to work on myself. So the first thing was like, acha to forgive. I've learned my lesson. I've enjoyed the good moments that we were together. He was nice. He helped me in one way or the other. Let me forgive him for my sake. And that is when I started like opening doors and like staying around people. Because anytime I'd be alone, I'd be depressed, I'd cry, I'd take Piriton so that I can sleep. And like I'd think of bad things to do to him, and like times I'd like, should I just go to town, because I knew where he used to hang around. I can easily get him. I just go and knock his car or knock.
And I think that
so I think
what you say that you need umesemati, you thought of the good times that you people
had
together.
Yeah.
So I think that is one thing that also makes forgiveness
Yeah.
easier. You have to think. I think for me it's easy because this is the first of my time.
Yeah.
So you have to think of the good times and the good. So for me is I try and lay out and set aside the narcissistic side, and I try and see him.
And see like the things he's doing,
and be like, okay, I'm gonna forgive him because he did this, he did. So I'll try and focus on the good side of something. Not that I'm being naive, but focus on the good side. I'm just trying to be mature about this. I'm trying to be like Jesus Christ. See the good in you.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I think for me, I don't need to see the good side in you. Like I'll just accept you're a bad person.
You hurt me.
You are the devil. You're the devil. Because who do?
You're devil.
Like there's some things that people do. Like it makes no sense. I'll just accept like, okay, you're a really flawed person.
Yeah.
That's okay. Like ni sawa nimekuachia tu.
Weka huko na
tabia zako.
Yeah,
so forgiveness also. You who you watching us also forgive that person who really caused bitterness. And now to my last point, staying around people. Staying around people who make you laugh. When you're going through that heartbreak, please don't be a lone ranger. Don't be an introvert to just locking yourself inside the house. You don't want to go to the mall because that thing is bad. I was there. I was like, I reached a point while we were struggling with that back and pull thing. I'd wake up in the morning. I don't know even how I'm dressed. I'm going to work like that. I even shaved my hair. And when it was
shaved my hair.
I also shaved my hair. January, not this one, not this one. But January my hair was down. Let me tell you, I shaved my hair. I drew a tattoo, and I dyed it green. And wait, oh my goodness.
So I shaved my hair. So I'd wake up in the morning. I was not even combing it. I'll just like wake up in the morning and look on my wardrobe and like I pull a dress. So then the day I knew I was damaging myself so bad, I'm self-sabotaging myself because him is continuing his life. Naenda nachapa job, jioni narudi napata mrembo amempikia ugali, wanakula, wanalala kitanda moja.
Oh, toto, leta mtoto la mshida jamii.
Kesho unapelekana clinic. I was hurting myself. So I was telling you, the day I realized this is not so me, I woke up in the morning, nikaenda job. It was on a Saturday morning, and I was in this yellow dress. I'm telling you, this yellow dress was showing my panty. Like it was so light. It's an outfit for the beach, but me, I wore it to the office. And so you have not even washed my face well. Ikonama those things for zakulala. My hair is my panties. And I had a colored panty on. So I'm walking on the road and like, no, not for tuk-tuk and piki-piki. Madam, hooting. Like people looking at me and I'm like, maybe my hair is bad. Like, in fact, I was not even seeing those people who are busy alerting me. So when I reached to the office, there's this person who's really close to me. Sorry for another day. So akaniambia, umejiva aje? And then ananiambia busimama hapo, and then me also nasimama, and then he takes a picture of me and like, this is how you look from the back. And I was like, I'm going home right now. Like, even though now I understand why people are
Yeah.
Putting men, boy, people that were like looking at me. I'm telling you, my whole panty was out. Please stay around people who will make you look alive. People who will tell you like, yo ngoi jabamba vibe.
You know, now that I'm thinking of you, now that I'm thinking of her storyline, it's reminding me of a scenario when me and my daddy, baby daddy broke up the first time, and then he had a lady. He had something funny. Kuna kuanga na mtu immediately.
Obvious.
Immediately umetoka. So he had someone, and he used to like.
And Mike, you said to huyo mtu amekuja sayo. That person is always in the picture.
So he was like, usikona kuja kwangu sijui nini, mimi sikutaki nini, but mimi ni nani, mimi bado naenda, mimi ndo niko na mtoto. So immediately we got back together. Yeah. I find a text on his phone. The lady's like, babe, nimekumiss. Ati unafanya nini napika sahi? Alafu the lady's telling him that. So ambe huyo mama mtoto ako anapika before anaenda job. And imagine, I've not moved back in. Si nilikuwa nimehama kwa nyumba yangu, na yangu kwa nyumba yake. So it's like in a take, like I'm supposed to move in the next day. Okay? I'm supposed to move back in the next day. So I see the text on his phone and I read it. And they even wanapanga kwenda lodging. The dem is like, sasa baby tabidi tutafute lodging. Pia mimi wangu nimekomiss. And then I read the text and then I was like, okay. Sawa. Alafu kanambia hapana. Si vile unafikiria. Overthink. Akinini.
Like
now this is overthink nini. Literally. Let me tell you how stupid I was. The next day. And then sasa tuna chat kwa text chat. Ananiambia ati akisikuwa nataka kukuambia, nilimwambia ndamwacha akasema atajua, lakini niliona nikikwambia hivyo utaona tu ni uongo. And then me I reply the text and I'm like, Jumi mwenyewe ndamuua. Alafu ananiambia, babe nilijua tu utasema. Babe.
Committee is calling.
Babe, nilijua tu utasema hivyo. So what happens is I move in the next day. That's the first part.
What, like you block
without even telling my folks, everyone who was there for me when I was moving out. I moved back the next day, and then after I move in, I'm like, I want you to cancel this lady. And I found I'm text and I'm on I don't know if it was a prank. The lady says so. Akiusiniacha usinifanyie hivi ukiniacha ndajiua. And that text sticks in my mind. And he says, nimeambiwa hivyo na wengi. I want to focus on my family. Achana na mimi. The lady, I guess the lady blocked him. The lady had such a rough time, you know. So at the back of my mind right now, after we're broken up, I feel for the other lady. Yeah. Now that I'm listening to your story, I'm like, this person gave her hopes and told her like, you simtaki nini mama ya mtoto wangu. And then maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks down the line, wame move back in, alafu anakuambia hivyo. Unamwambia I will kill myself juu yako, na unamwambia endo jue watu wengi wameniambia hivyo. And then at that point I thought that I had won. I was like, amekuja kwangu nini? But now after
I've secured the man.
After I have healed, I know that if he said that to her, he would do it to you.
He'll do it to you.
Not even he'll do it to me. It should be the biggest red flag ever. Because it should be if you're this inconsiderate to someone that you just had.
What about me?
You know? If you can say this to her, to the amount of hurting that she's hurting, why am I sticking? And that slapped me so hard. That slapped me. Last scenario. I got to a point where it was so toxic. And for a moment, I thought that I was pregnant with this. I wanted a second baby.
So if you're not learning,
nilikuwa nataka nimshikie mimba ya pili ndo sasa nikwame ndo sasa kama mama watoto. So I thought I was pregnant and I wasn't. This is even after I've moved out. So I faked a whole abortion.
The fuck?
I was so empty. I was so, ushaifika point ujijui. Unataka tu huyo mtu. Unataka tu aujijui, like you don't even know who you are. You're ready to do anything to seek with someone who doesn't give you anything, who just drains you.
Also me, I was there because I was like, Amash, am I settling with this one because this one is pregnant? I might as well get pregnant. And this is a 20-something-year-old wanting to get pregnant. So I know where your point is coming from. Something that just can also...
And then I faked the whole abortion. And what hurts me about this, it's the fact that I actually faked it. I could stoop so low and fake it. With the IQ level that I have, with how smart I am. I'm smart. Really smart. That I could stoop so low and do this to myself. Apart from that, what actually hurts me is that he didn't care.
I know!
He literally did not care.
You were saying these things with an hey babe, why did you do that?
I thought angekuja kwangu and I'm like, guy,
Kai una bleed.
Yeah.
Kai nini?
Attention.
Ama apige simu ambe Lorena ko hosi and he'll be like,
Mbio,
wapi
mbio.
nakuja?
Yeah.
Nigga didn't call me back. Nigga didn't care. Kwanza alikuja kwangu akaniletea sijui painkiller akasema
Acha
sawa.
nibebe mizigo zangu niende.
Akaniletea painkiller akasema sawa meza hizo, alafu akatoka kaenda. Alafu akitoka kienda anashika call ya dem mwingine. And I was like,
wow.
Okay. Why would you stoop this low? Mark ni mtoto ajaye kupea pesa ya nywele in 2 years.
The fuck?
Uni mtu mwenye hajai support inspirations zako ama dreams zako.
God. Please leave. I swear leave. I think you've had it rough even more than me, because at least me, I can balance because he was there emotionally, financially, supporting my career.
He was not there emotionally, he was not there financially. Because the first time I left, I didn't have a job.
Him.
And my baby was 3 months. The first time I left, I went to my uncle's place. I didn't have a job and my baby was 3 months. So when I got a job, I started establishing myself. And now I got a job. I was like, yeah, turudiane. So siku tunarudiana. Apparently nyumba yake imefungwa. Okay, why am I spilling the tea? Apparently nyumba yake imefungwa. So tumerudiana, nyumba imefungwa. No, si tuko homeless. May have my own house. No, as in nyumba yake inataka kufungwa, si imefungwa. Nyumba yake inataka kufungwa. So I'm like, hey, me.
Come to ship
Hapana, people move in so that we cut the cost on my rent. Wow. We use the money that we use on my rent to pay your rent. Alafu sasa hizo nilikuwa nimeandikia mtoto wangu maid. Mpaka ananiambia, we cut off this maid, isn't it expenses? Tunawezana. And I was working at night. So I used to overwork myself na kuja asubuhi ndio huyo mtu hii. Unaona nini. So hapana to cut maid for the cost. Who is Lorraine? 3 months consecutively. I poured money into his business. Like I used to get my salary X, and then I take like not half. I take quarter. He takes 3/4 for his business.
What? Wait. You're not giving him the quarter?
No. Yeah. So let's say.
Nimeshangaa sana. Haki ya Mungu ni mambo gani?
Character development. I had not given you guys the tea. So it was salary X.
I thought it's vice versa. Kumbe wewe unabaki na
it was 30. It was 30. So what I used to do is to give him 20. No, he used to work with my ATM actually. Yeye ndiye anaenda withdraw. Anachukua 20, I take 10 and I'm like, we are building this business together because itakuwa yetu. You know, like hata nikikosa fare ya kwenda job in between, si ndio ichukua tu kwa shop.
My name is Shira. Kawe ni pesa wezi.
So if I give him the 20, mimi nabaki na 10. Si tukajenga biashara for 3 months. No, that's 60,000. Mimi nabaki na 10. I'm the understanding girlfriend. Sina hata ya nywele na nafanya kazi. Sishuku hata nywele, fanya kazi. So
from scratch.
Yeah, and then he gets a contract and he writes on the contract your shop. It's a new shop, you know. Jota shop ilikuwa na madeni, so it's a new shop. So he writes on the contract that if anything happens to the shop, Lorraine Whitney, e.g. Yeah. So he sends a picture. He's like, babe, unaona, we're in this together. Immediately kazi iliisha, my friend. He threw me out of that house. He literally went to the police station. Akasema anavunja vitu. Ovichoke nilikuwa navunja because of hasira na nini.
So it was that violence, like ile kukosana
alienda kwa police, alienda kwa makarao akanistaki. Akasema bedhe ungelala ndani. He threw me out of the house, not knowing how I'll pay the other rent, and I'm jobless. Not knowing your pesa ilitoka.
I'm glad you left that boy.
And I was like, okay. And still, after he threw me out of the house, and I went and rented my own house, he still used to come and smash me in this. Now,
cut this part out. This is what people will tear you up.
No, I can do not cut this part out. Imagine, let just people learn. Do not cut this part out. Let people learn. Do not cut this part out. So that people can understand.
You're so in love. Okay, first, before you continue, what was your age gap like?
No, but it's a for long. I'm like, it's 6 years. 6 years, it's 5. It's not that far. So what I'm saying is, for me to get this point of healing, for me to get here, you know, I was telling my friend that me don't want to date. Yeah. Me I'm into celibacy. And you're like, no, you're being way too uptight with yourself. Hata kama ni salvation, hata kama ni kuheal. Hey, wacha kuweka hizo standards za juu sana. And I was like, the level of healing. And the level of things I had to overcome.
The level of healing. Superwoman. Again.
Let my standards be as high as they can right now. Let me not settle for anything less than what I want. If I see even red flag.
Yeah.
If I see even a yellow or a blue flag,
Any color combining to red,
I will run. I will
Are
run.
you what?
I will run. And I was like, at which point in sikuwa najijua until I sabotaged myself. Like
Yeah.
this. And let me tell you,
You can imagine
the in-laws used to call me and tell me, "Wewe anakutumia." Auoni wewe ni
So
mjinga.
like this.
Huyu brother wetu na wasichana hata waiacha.
I can see.
Anakutumia. And imagine when I was going to move in the second time, the in-laws were like, the sisters were like, usiende, anakuita tu kwa juu ya pesa. Did I listen?
No. Wanasemanga ile Swahili, nilintia baskio ni.
Did I listen?
Nilintia nita or
Did
something.
I listen?
Nilisikia
Did I
what?
listen?
You went back. You were in love. You were so in love, Chomi.
It's not even love.
I know.
It's not love. I think I was so
obsessed, and you wanted
attached.
this picture.
I was attached. I was obsessed, and I wanted a picture of a complete family.
Yeah, Baba,
and I
Mama.
did not know myself.
Yeah.
Because right now that I know myself, I'm not saying it in a bad way. I still maintain the fact that this guy is a good dad.
Yeah.
At the level that I know myself right now,
Yeah.
I swear he is not anywhere near my type.
Yeah. I'm like, psh. Like, by the way, it's right. It happens. Dennis, even you right now, if you see the guy you are crying over, you're like, yo.
Is he like,
You know, sometimes I'm so confused. I'm really trying to understand what
was wrong with you?
What part of me
Yeah.
thought this person
what's your life?
Like I look at
Was
I'm
your
like,
forever?
Is it the height? Is it
the laughter?
There was no laughter. There was no laughter.
To sadness,
That
tears.
the relationship I was talking about, like
Yeah.
we were not dating. Like to my standards now, I'd be like we were just talking.
Yeah. And you got attached through that
And you
talking.
got attached so quick.
Like I really don't understand. Maybe I also it was maybe you know what I know what it is. It was the first time I got that kind of attention, and I was like, he's kind of cute. Alafu peer pressure. I was really peer pressured into, like a friend of mine was like, he's the best
Ever.
how can you. I was like, I can't disappoint you, let me try.
Yeah.
They tried me.
But then there's a way the friends also are like, usimwacho ako ameiva, ako hivi na hivi, he loves you. And
For me, I think it was the fact that he was
you have a kid
saved.
together.
No,
the same.
When we met,
Wow,
I
with
was
those bad
drinking a
step
lot.
girls. Yeah.
I was drinking a lot, and he wasn't drinking. So the fact that I could not go to a club, and he wouldn't like let me go to a club or anything. So the fact that tungekaa kwake na tuone cartoon, chill, tukunywe soda, anipikie breakfast. I was like, guy, there's such a relationship, a godly relationship. You know, when he'll go to church and come and tell me, nilikuombea, nimeenda church. I was like, then I want this.
Yeah. It's not a must we go out and drink and smoke. That is when.
And I realized that it's not about the drinking or the smoking.
It's just character.
I'm gonna scare a podcast with the Perrys.
Yeah.
And Preston said something so I'm even getting goosebumps. He said a good man is not just a good man in himself.
Yeah.
A good man is a man that is led by the Holy Spirit.
Wow.
And I was like,
Deep.
I needed. Where was this advice?
Because I used to see posts. I used to see vitu zenye anaeka status and I like skip them. I like they were not spiritual. Vitu zake za status ni za character development, my friend. So he used to post things like, you know, about sexual
foreshadowing.
Yani vitu zenye like for example, like you remember the meme that I told you in the post. You remember, something like that. So he used to post weird things on status, and then I asked him, mbona unapost kitu kama hii status?
Si akuhide bus was the mother of a child.
Alafu anasema, mimi nikipost tu kitu status nimepost tu. Ni meme tu.
Yeah.
Sikusumbue. And then he had this tendency of posting status.
No, before you post something lazima ikuwe imekubamba. Right? Before you post something lazima ikuwe imenibamba.
Exactly.
It's either I find it funny, it's either I find it inspiring.
There's one, he has this tendency of disrespecting women. He'll go like, ati msichana anaenda clubs, nini. And for me,
you used to go to
for
clubs.
me, I'm like, as much as I used to go to clubs, it's wrong. It's wrong to disrespect women, even if they go to clubs, even if they have sponsors and all. If your woman doesn't have a sponsor, if your woman doesn't go to club, then it doesn't concern you for those who do it. Don't post it, don't disrespect. And let me tell you something funny. He will post about women going to clubs. Alafu utapata anakatiana na mtu wako na sponsor. So no, me post ati dem ako na sponsor blah blah blah. And then you find that the lady mwenye anataka ni dem ako na sponsor. You see, so you're like, why are you two-faced?
Okay, I think the guy needs to go back to the drawing table, sit himself down, call himself in a meeting, strategize what he wants in his life, what are some of his priorities. Because from those stories, it's like hata yeye mwenyewe hajajielewa.
Thank you.
You know, that's a good point, because how
Thank
can you
you.
say I don't like this and you're still eating with these women?
Yeah. He still doesn't know what he wants.
Cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, he still doesn't know what he wants in life.
Like,
I realized that.
it makes
I
no
did.
sense
And
for you.
you are stuck there
Because I did not know what I wanted. I was lost and I was depressed. So it was such a tough time.
You're just like this.
It was such a tough time for me. But now that I know what
he's
I want,
supposed to lead you, but
he's not.
she's not.
He's not.
Ye mwenyewe ndo amepotea, so it wouldn't just work. And I'm glad you guys gave each other that space.
I'm glad I moved to Kisumu. Yo, God, thank you. God was just like, you have to go. It has been way toxic. It was toxic.
Yeah.
But I feel like to all the baby mamas out there, I don't even want to call them baby mamas because personally, I wouldn't want someone to say, Uni baby mama was so and so.
Yeah.
I hate that name. Just call me Mama Nani. So to all the Mama Nanis out there, you chose wrong. It's just like the other ladies. They chose wrong, but now they didn't get pregnant.
Yeah.
But now you chose wrong and you got pregnant and you
the
have this reality with you every day that has to remind you. It doesn't have to remind you in the negative way. And it doesn't mean that you have to stick with this person. You can pick yourself up and move on with or without him. And another thing is, this person will always, if this person is there for their children, because there's some men who are like that. There's some men who love their children, but they're toxic for you. You have to create boundaries and give them that space to be there for their children. So you have to heal first. Always peana space, ako hapo kwa maisha ya mtoto wako kama wewe hujahil.
Don't let your differences affect the child. Just find a way you guys can co-parent.
But for the lady, she has to heal first. You cannot co-parent without healing. You cannot, because this person will trigger you each and every single day. But when you get to a point that even if it triggers you, it doesn't affect you. Now you've healed. Now you're healthy for the co-parenting. But if it's not there, well and good. Pick your pieces and move on. But being a good dad doesn't mean you're a good husband.
Or a good man.
Or a good man.
And then another
or
thing.
being saved doesn't mean that you're
And then
there's something I had a hard time understanding, because I dated somebody and he was shit to me, but he was really good with his friends and really good with his family. And that doesn't mean if somebody is good with their parents, good with their siblings, good with their friends,
it will be good to you.
And then you find that in the society, yani celeb, anafanyanga watoto hii, and now they judge you. They're like, you're crazy.
It's good to us.
Person X anakuanga mpoa. Mimi sijaisi.
Mimi sijaiona ni wewe ndio umeleta drama kwa maisha yake.
It's the same way. There's this saying that normally goes like this. If you move in with a man, that doesn't mean that you guys he loves you or you guys will marry each other. If you give birth to with a man, that doesn't mean that you guys still sticks forever. It's meant no, it doesn't mean like that. If you get married with certification, nice wedding, that doesn't mean it will stick forever, because like people get married out here and they later file for divorces. So like what sticks forever is like, is this person willing to change their behaviors for you? Like,
not for you, just change the behavior for them.
Like, are you ready to change? Are you ready to stop this, to make this thing work out for both of us? That's the best thing that can ever happen. So don't give birth, don't move in, don't harakisha these things.
Your closing point.
My closing point, please, I know we're always young and naive, because I was once young and naive, and like before you get into a relationship with somebody, from my experience, like make sure you know the base. Who are you? What's your position? You get, so that you can know where to kick in. Boundaries, get to know where are you guys heading. Am I gonna date too for fun? Is it strings attached? Do you guys see the future? I have this person who's really like teaching me these things, you know. Tunapendana tukifundishana tukisonga. So you person who you're dealing with an outbreak, couple injury, you've talked so much. Please be around people. Please like accept the fact that umeachwa. Ino ni ngumu, no?
Umeachwa achika, kubali na wachike. Okay, let me stop it.
He's a power move. It sounds funny, but actually kuachika is a power move, because kushikilia, please, let's get back to what is that?
I know, it's not making sense. Please accept the fact that the two of you are not meant to be. Work on yourself, get new hobbies, elevate, just like Denise said, elevate way. But I'm telling you, you'll find that person, mtakutana na end, you'll be like, you're not even my type nowadays. Nowadays, I'm into different type of boys. And you, what's your
my closing point
my closing point is number one, you have to love yourself first.
Yeah, depend.
That is the only way you will know what true love feels like, by loving yourself and not what the society says.
Yeah.
Love yourself how God says.
Yeah.
Okay. How God says.
Yeah.
Love yourself, not how the society says, how God says. So my number one closing point is you have to love yourself.
Yeah.
That is number one. And my number two closing point is you have to know yourself.
Yeah.
You have to know yourself. You have to know your self-worth, okay? And another thing is healing doesn't take a day.
Yeah.
I think this
It's
is the
a
last
process.
thing. Healing is a process. Embrace each and every single day. Fight harder each and every single day. And forgive yourself. Even if they don't forgive you, that's okay. That's their own burden to carry. Forgive yourself. Because you did the best you could. You made mistakes and you learned from them.
Then
Since my points, I'll just add to what you're
To
saying.
what, yeah?
To love yourself. I think I've learned something and it's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
When you love yourself, when you validate yourself, no matter what anybody says, like it doesn't do anything to you.
true. You don't tolerate
Even when people compliment me or something, like you're just adding on to what I already know.
No, yeah.
You already nisha build you. Like you're not. I feel like
You're
when
not
you don't-
astonished like, oh wow.
like wow, oh my god, they think I'm
Pretty.
Yeah, when you love yourself, it sets the tone. So you don't validate me with hata ukisema unatoka leo ni sawa, you just
Beba.
wait.
I think I've developed that habit, to cut it short, until my cousin anakuanga like, you reach out to your man. I'm like, yo, hapana, akinitext na text.
Yeah.
Why should I drop like 5 messages and somebody's in the name of I'm busy? No. Like, I know my self-worth. I'm not worth to beg you in your DM. Please.
And the second thing you said, Pia, I also wanted to say it.
Yeah,
You
that
need to know yourself, because if you don't know yourself, people are going to what are treat anyhow.
Yeah.
You need to know yourself. You need to know what your boundaries are. This is what I want, and stick to it. When you ukianza kusongesha boundaries, that's no longer a boundary. It's gone. They will do you.
Yeah.
Takuramba, left, right, center.
Yeah.
And that's it for our podcast today. See you guys on whose channel?
On my channel.
Please say it so that it gives you pressure.
Okay, so guys, I'm opening a YouTube channel very soon.
Yeah.
Okay, and it will specifically be a podcast
For such kind of talks.
for relationships,
Yeah.
for healing. Just come. You can
Space.
it's a safe space. Just come to Twizy Machungu. We talk about
Like
it.
right now, we are laughing and it's something we
Yeah.
once cried about.
And we do it, for me, we do it the Christian way,
Yeah.
Christianity. Tutoe historia ati kuokoka ni kukua mzuri, usifanye nini. We do it the Christian way, how God does it. God works with damaged people, not people who are perfect and fixed.
Yeah.
So welcome to my next YouTube channel. We'll do this next on my channel. Of course, we'll have Cheryl, Denise, and maybe a new member. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share.
Tell your
Da-da-da-da.
friends. Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.